Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a part 2 on this Athlon XP build that we were trying to install Windows 2000 on. When it tried to format that 80 gig Western Digital drive as an NTFS partition, it locked up and then shut down the entire machine, which is troubling. So we're going to try a different hard drive. This is a Seagate. It says DB35.2 consumer storage. Whatever. It is an Ultra ATA drive. It's 160 gigabytes. Probably newer than that Western Digital drive. So not entirely to period, but that'll be okay. I'm going to plug him into and let's go through the Windows setup once again. The drive spun up. It detected the drive. It only asks to press any key to boot from CD if there's something on the hard drive. And there's something on the hard drive. There's Windows 2000 on that hard drive. That saves us some time. Well, okay then. Yes, Windows is starting up. Well, he's not terribly fast, but he also doesn't have any drivers installed, judging by this low color boot up screen. .256 color probably. Got a start button, black background, and no mouse. Oh, it's finding all kinds of things. It installed a network driver. Found a secondary ID. Channel, welcome to new hardware wizard. We'll let it search. We don't have what do you no we're not going to do any of that stuff. Well, I don't have any of those discs anyway. Let's plug in the mouse. It installed all those drivers real fast. Just a little ball mouse connector there. Let's go ahead and restart. I say real fast when doing this retro stuff. This is considerably newer than well, even than the last machine I used. The CD-ROM tray bumped into this camera's tripod. That's why it shook a bit. System's currently running at 1.5 gigahertz. Has 1 gig of DDR or DDR1 memory. There should be a way to set the dip switches. It has dip switches to set this to its proper speed. This is a Athlon XP 24 or 2800 plus. It's underclocked currently. Does mouse work? Mouse works. Cancel. We're not going to do that right now. No. Where are my programs? Who cares? How? It's in 16 color mode? Say it's doing a pretty good job at 16 colors. Huh. Okay. It thinks there's 2 floppy drives installed. Well, let's see if this tells us anything about the video card it's found. Device manager. Properties. It doesn't tell me anything. Well, let's try the other one. RQ10 and input-output range, and that doesn't tell me anything either. Well, let me gather some drivers on this. Athlon, yeah, well, yeah, that works. It found most everything, just... Oh boy. Sound, video, is codecs and things. Okay, I'm going to find this audio driver and the video card drivers, and we'll see what we can do with this guy. Okay, this may be ridiculously easy. First off, the board has USB, which makes moving files to this machine rather easy. This video card right here, which gently move you guys up. This video card here is still on the drivers are still on AMD's site. This is a Radeon 9550 apparently. And all the drivers for this motherboard are still on Gigabyte's site, which is pretty good for a board that's close to 20 years, well, is 20 years old now. Oh, that makes me feel old. Plug in the drive, and we'll see if Windows picks it up. I don't know. Removable drive E. Looky there. It's not formatted. What? I'd really rather not do that. Well, let's format it. Unknown capacity. Yeah, we'll just see what... See what Windows 2000 thinks of this thing. I probably just messed up that drive. Going to have to come up with a different solution. That's a lot of fun. Ooh. Don't care. It's probably fine. It has no idea what to do with this thing. Okay. We will try something else. I guess that USB stick 4 gig job was a bit too new for this machine. I have an older one. This is a 1 gig PNY attaché, if anybody remembers these awfully long, translucent purple. They came in multiple colors, but this is the one that I seem to have held on to. It used to have a cover that went over these, but I've lost all of that. Let's see if this dude works. It just pops up removable disk E. And there's the files. This one is, I believe, the video card driver. ATI support, yeah. We'll do that first so everything's prettier while we do the rest of it. Yeah, that doesn't look too hot, does it? Looks fine if it's just 16 colors though, yeah. Oh, Express is fine. There's a lot of file copying and then it'll probably want to reboot. How many install screens are we going to see for this? Yeah, let's go ahead and restart him now, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes back up. It's a warm reboot or a soft reboot. Splash screens don't look any different. Of course they wouldn't. They only made the one, not... As far as I know, there aren't any for higher resolutions, and it wouldn't load those anyway. How about no? That's the USB drive. Looks cleaner. We have a black screen. Dynamic link library could not be found. Cancel. Cancel. The background looks better. I don't have two screens. True color. We'll see if it'll do 1024 by 768. I don't know about my display monitor here. Took it just fine. Looks like it took it on your screen too. And we're in true color. That is awesome. Okay, let's install... Yeah, that's fine. That's a Realtek audio driver, I believe. The USB drive is a bit slow. I would use all my DOS benchmarks on this machine, but I think it's a bit new for any of those to have to be really meaningful. All right, we're installing sound card drivers. Begin to install update AC97 drivers. Begin to install. We will restart later. Some chipset drivers. Some Enforce drivers. I was feeling that the chipset on this board. Enforce drivers are, notorious for getting awfully warm. This is a USB 2 driver. It should. Yep, we'll go ahead and restart. Should clear up any USB issues, I would think. Which it might, or it might not. Let's see if it pops up with that error message again about the cannot find a DLL. We're not going to check that disk. I don't want to run a risk of damaging that old USB drive. Yep, that's definitely my install of Windows 2000. It's an ARR for Aaron's Retro Room on it. Yeah, DLL could not be found. Okay. I'll leave that up a second. Let's see if I can't figure out why it's doing this. Apparently this CLI.exe is the Catalyst Control Center, which is kind of a widget that the video drivers install, and I don't think we need. Let's see if it's a installed program that we can remove. Then we'll restart the computer and see if that did anything drastic. Yep, it's right there in Add Remove Programs, Catalyst Control Center. Yeah. Yep, we'll restart now. The video driver works. Catalyst Control Center is not needed. Some bit of bloatware. Probably a widget so you could... It could be useful if you wish to change resolutions or refresh rates or whatnot on the fly. But that's not something I can see that I'll need on this system. Of course, I don't know what I'm going to do with this system yet. And if I end up needing or wishing to use such software, I'm just going to let it run through that. But if I need the Catalyst Control Center, then I will reinstall it. I'm going to have to find a quieter fan for this. Does it come up with that message? It came up with the control panel. Go away. All right, let's see if we got all the proper drivers installed. That's clean. No other devices, no question marks, no warnings. Everything appears to be installed properly. Okay. $125 gigs free on the hard drive. Okay, I have it set to check that hard drive because it is 20 years old or more, and it needs a good checking before I can really trust it in a system. I'm going to let that go through, and we have this system set up. I think we've gone, maybe long enough on this video. And if so, hope you have a good night.